Hey everybody, it's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. Bringing you another video tonight on my 78 Ford F-250 I just picked up. Now, if you've been hanging out here with us, hopefully you caught the first video on this pickup where we literally picked this truck up off of the farmstead where it has been since July of 1978. It was a one family owned truck, bought new in St. John, Kansas, went to a farm south of Garfield where it was at from 1978 until about 2 months ago. We did a video last week we brought you, which we gave you a good walk around on the truck, showed you all the original documentation that came with the truck, all the way back to the warranty card, the extended warranty sales receipt, the build information from Kansas City Assembly, all the cool stuff we found with this truck. So if you didn't catch those videos, be sure to go back and check those out. Now, in both those videos, I told you all there was going to be a twist to this story. That's what we're going to get into tonight. Something you probably didn't expect, something I didn't even think about until I saw this truck. And also what I plan to do with this truck, because it's not going to be the typical flip or the typical one going to the yard. I got different plans for this one. So if you caught the other videos, you've seen the truck, you know what we're talking about. Pretty cool original truck. It needs a little work, runs and drives, brakes are soft on it, radiator's leaking on it, needs some maintenance, but I think it's got a lot of potential. So the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would say, is what we're going to catch now. So we got the truck here. We're going to cut inside here and get out of the wind a little bit because we've got some wind today, and show you some pictures and give you the rest of the story as to why I'm so excited about this truck and what my plans for this thing are. So now we'll come around here. I know a lot of you guys have seen these pictures before. I've showed you these pictures before. You know, we've got some Buicks up here. I've showed you all these pictures as we were talking about all the cars we were moving in from my dad's place. So you guys have seen these, even found a few more of them. We come over here, we've got one here of another area of the lot with some Pontiacs in it and some Buicks. Got another picture here with a 52 Roadmaster in it. This is some more of the Buick stuff. More Buicks, some 57, 58 Buicks even over here. A few more shots of the lot, some G-body Regals, even a little Volkswagen Rabbit, some bigger Electras there, 58 Chevy snuck in the mix there. Back to some more Buicks, a 49, 52. Lots of cool stuff. Now, a lot of these cars have either been sold off or they were all moved to my place. These lots are all empty now. 54 Buicks. And we've got a couple last ones here, some 56, a 55, some things like that. So, now, obviously, Dad had a ton of cars out there. That's what we did. You know, when I was a kid, we moved those cars in. That's how I got started in the business. And if you caught the other videos about all the Buicks and Pontiacs we moved in from my dad's place, then you'll know what we're looking at on these pictures because we've covered all that. Now, the next key to the story is how'd they all get there. They didn't grow out of the ground. All these cars got moved in there when I was a kid. Dad started moving these cars in there in the early 80s. So by the mid 80s, he was really getting into doing a lot of Buick and Pontiac stuff, selling a lot of parts and moving a lot of cars into these lots. So at that point, I was getting a little bigger. My sister was getting a little bigger. Dad had a 69 Chevy, just a half-ton long bed pickup that we were hauling cars with, which wasn't real heavy duty and didn't have a lot of room in it. Back in the mid-80s, you were pretty limited as to four-door or extended cab pickups. Chevy didn't have anything, essentially, other than the 3+3 crew cabs that were coming out in the 80s, which were still pretty new pickups, and Dad couldn't afford anything like that. So you had to back up, and the only thing you had option-wise was a Chevy or a Dodge getting back into the 70s. So started looking around for a SuperCab pickup so we had room for everybody. Well, when that happened, as we started getting into that process, this was the pickup that we had. Does it look familiar? Kind of the same, kind of different. When I was a kid, Dad bought this pickup. This was just an all-white, plain Jane, oil-filled pickup, 3/4 ton, 2-wheel drive, not hardly any options, and just about as basic as you could get. So to fix this up a little bit, he two-toned it, put the red on it. Didn't even have air. He put air in it, put cruise control on it. he basically turned this basic work truck into what we have here, being the Ranger with the factory two-tone, the factory side moldings, the factory air, the factory cruise, things like that. So that's why I was so excited when I found this pickup, because it reminded me of the pickup that I basically grew up in. This truck had jump seats just like this truck has, which I obviously spent a lot of time in when I was a kid. So that's kind of the rest of the story as to why I'm so excited about this Ford pickup. Now, yes, it is a 78. It does have square headlights. It does have the different grille versus this being a 77 with a round headlight and slightly different nose. But hey, that happens sometimes. You know, the originality, the condition of this truck, I'm so excited about. And then the other thing is this pickup here, the original 77 that Dad had, that truck did not survive. And I do know that for a fact because I found the front half of it in a scrap metal yard here in Great Bend about 15 years ago. Somebody cut it in half, made a pickup bed trailer out of it. The cab and stuff was scrapped. So I know for a fact this truck no longer exists. I can't have it back. I can't go get it back. So I thought this was a pretty good replacement for that. So that's why I was so excited about it. That's why all these videos you see, I'm all jacked up and wound up about this pickup, and that's why. It's so cool to me to have almost a carbon copy of the truck that we used when I was a kid and started in this business to haul all these cars in to Dad's place, was done with a Ford pickup almost identical to this. So that's there's my excitement about it. Now, the next part is, what am I going to do with this truck? Well, I want to do the same thing with it. That's what I think is great about it. Obviously, like I said, the truck needs some maintenance items, needs some touch-up, needs some service work. Perfectly understandable. It's a 42-year-old pickup. Runs and drives, seems to drive out okay. Haven't driven it much with the soft brakes, but it fires up, sounds good. So what I want to do with this truck is get a lot of the maintenance done, get it cleaned up, try to get a few of the dents and dings fixed in it, get the seat fixed in it, get tires on it, do the brakes, make it mechanically sound. And I think I'm going to go haul some cars with it, just for the old time's sake, just like we used to do when I was a kid. So I think it'll be a great truck. Do some local runs with it. We'll go drag some old iron in with it. And shoot, maybe we'll even give it a name. I don't even know what to name it, but maybe we'll give it a cool name and have some fun with it, because that's why we like old cars and trucks, because we have fun with them. It brings back memories. This truck kind of wraps all that into one big package for me. This truck takes me back to when I was a kid, picking up cars with Dad, hauling in all these old Buicks and Pontiacs, which started me in the business, which has led to that being somewhat out of control, as some people may say, to having 20 acres with 13 cars on it, and or 1,300 cars on it, and all my buildings full of parts and project cars, all my restored cars, all my memorabilia. It all kind of started with a pickup very similar to this. So I think it'd be a lot of fun. Go make some local runs with it, drag in some old iron with it, and have a good time. It's the whole purpose. That's why we love this hobby. That's why we do it. We enjoy it. It brings back memories, and it takes us back. And I thought this will take us back in style, and we can haul some cars with it and have some fun with it all at the same time. So anyway, that's what I've got for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the story. If you didn't catch the first two videos on this truck, please go back and check those out also. I'll be bringing you some updates this winter. I'm trying to get a ton of stuff done outside while we've got good weather, but this winter, when the weather gets worse, I plan on starting on this pickup, doing a lot of the maintenance on it, getting it checked over, get the radiator fixed, check the brakes, chew all the fluids, get tires put on it, things like that. So, and maybe next spring we'll take it out on a few runs and haul in some cool old iron. So anyway, that's what I had for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the story. I had a lot of fun telling it to you, if you couldn't tell, because of the entire purpose of why we're here and why we're in this hobby. The memories, the good times, and having fun with these old cars and trucks. So I get to kind of do it all with this one. It brings back memories. It takes me back to when I first started in the business. We get to do it in a really cool old truck, and we're going to have some fun with it and go drag in some old iron with it. So anyway, that's what I've been leading up to. Now it's time to get to work this winter, get this thing roadworthy, and get her back on the road, and maybe go pick up some cool stuff with it next spring. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate you taking some time out of your evening to hang out with me. If you do have questions about vehicles or parts, give me a call. I'll be more than happy to try to see if I've got anything in the yard to help you out with. If you're on Facebook, please share the video with your friends. Invite them to come like the page. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Check out all my other old car and truck videos, including the rest of the videos we did on this truck, even the live from the farmstead where we picked it up, from the day it left the farmstead where it's been since 1978. So thanks for watching, everybody. Glad you're here. Appreciate you stopping by and spending a few minutes out of your evening with me. It'd be pretty boring if you guys weren't here hanging out, so I'm glad you do, and it means a lot to me. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you soon on the next episode.